Hey guys, Stephanie here. So in this video, I'm going to show you the jelly prints that I made with the alcohol inks and the dye inks. And I'm going to show you how they came out. And I'm going to show you also some other things that I added to them. So these are make great backgrounds for your art journals or your junk journals. Now, most of the time, those of us who do jelly printing, we use acrylic inks, right? But you can also use other things as well. And this time I wanted to try some of my alcohol inks. I did try some watercolor inks. I was not impressed. I did not like the watercolor inks, to be honest. And I tried some of my Jane Davenport inks, and I will show you a few of those prints. They came out great. Okay. Really, really nice. So if you have not seen that video, I will link it at the end. Okay. It should be before this video. So you can see how I made these, with the different layer of inks and stuff. And I mixed the inks and everything. The acrylic inks, I use acrylic inks as well, but they came out a lot more opaque. And some of them came out a little bit more translucent. But, you mix them together, you put different colors and it came out great. And as you will see in that video. Okay. So if you have not seen that video, check it out before you watch this one. Now, let me show you what I did with the prints. Again, these are jelly prints done with inks, alcohol inks and acrylic inks. And on this is deli paper. I just used deli paper. I did not use any other paper because I just wanted to see how it would come out, And I love how it came out. Now, this one, I sprayed it, which is what we're going to be doing in this video. We're going to be dressing up a few of these other ones, to put in our journals. So this one is the multiple inks, but I sprayed some walnut ink on here and some ink stains and then some of this spray stains, right? The distressed spray stains in white. So it came out great. Look at that texture. That's really, really cool because some of the inks I used were kind of bright because I did not have, I don't have that many inks. I have, except the Jane Davenport, I think I have all of those, like 12 of them. But some of the acrylics and some of the alcohol inks, I did not have a lot of colors. So I wanted to work with what I had. I only had a limited amount of stuff, but you can still come up with something really, really fabulous, even if you don't have a lot of stuff. You don't need all the colors, You just need a few colors. You can mix them together and have a nice little stack of prints that you can use for your various projects, And then, of course, you can use your oxides. I did use some oxides. This is Rusty Hinge. So I use oxides, ink spray, spray stains on this, as well as some of the magical pigments. I use those in the video. You will see me using those. So I use those on all of these, mostly all of these. Just dipped it. You will see it. You always know because it has a shimmer to it. See that little shimmer there? But look at the texture. It's so yummy and ASMR. Right? We love that sound of the paper. Like this is some of the magicals right here. So yeah, I love how it came out. I like this color. It looks like stone, almost like a stone path, right? So if I were to like tear this up and put it in a journal, it would look really, really nice, right? So I did that one. All right. I will show you the few that I did. I did this one as well. I love this one. This is gorgeous. Also with the magical pigments, I did some sprays, tea dye spray stains, some ink spray, and yeah, it came out really, really nice. Very kind of unique colors, very unique colors. It's not real super bright, but it's not super muted either. It's kind of, I don't know, seems like it's a little bit in between to me. So I like colors like this because you can kind of, have a little pops of color in your backgrounds of your work. So I love that, right? Now this is just the inks and the magicals. I didn't use any sprays on this at all, and I love this one. This is one of my favorites. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this color. These are all inks, y'all. The alcohol inks mixed with the acrylic inks on the gel plate. Gorgeous with the magicals. I use those on the gel plate as well. So you'll see it in that video. All right. If you see this one first, you say, well, what did you do? So you can go back and watch that video before you see this one. But this is my favorite. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. So they came out so good. Again, looked like a beautiful old stone path, like a forest or something, right? With moss peeking out through the ground. So yeah, see, I've been in here doing other stuff too. All right, so that's that one. And oh, I want to say this is mostly Jane Davenport inks mixed with a little acrylic ink. That's what I wanted to say. So this is probably 4 different color inks, I think. 4 different colors, something like that. So yeah, really, really cool, right? And then this is definitely Jane Davenport inks. And I did mix a little bit of acrylic ink in there as well, right? So, but most of these are her inks, the incredible inks. And look at the texture in there. Like, that's so cool. That little sort of broken path there. So I'm going to just show you these really quick, and then I'm going to decorate a couple of them so you'll get an idea of what you can do with these. All right. So then this one is the Jane Davenport as well. And then this in the middle here is actually ink color tinsel. So I'd use that. And then I did use some magical pigments on these as well. Look at that cool, how cool that is. That pattern is so cool, right? Very, very cool. All right. And this is another one of my favorites. Look at this one. I love that one. Very good. Look at the texture up there up close, right? Just beautiful. And I think this was probably 4 different colors, of inks. So very nice. I love that one. I like them all, actually. I wasn't sure. I like most of them. There's just one on here at the bottom that I don't really like, but I'm probably still going to use it. I love this one too. This has probably 3, 4, maybe 4 different inks, maybe 5. Maybe 5 with this one, and then the magical pigments. All right, so I got that one. That one's really nice. This one's fun, so I'm probably add some stuff to this because they're kind of dark, so I don't know what else I could add to it. I'll see what else I can add. I'll see what else I can add to it to make it a little bit more, give it a little bit more oomph, All right, so let's put that one aside. I love this one. Really, really nice. So yeah, that's cool. Looks like an old stone wall. Love that. So you can achieve that look as well with inks, not just acrylic paints. Okay. So if you like that, what Robin McClendon always says, the old walls, old doors, that kind of thing, you can achieve that with the inks as well. Right. So that's very cool. Love that. This one's okay. It's okay. It's just okay. It's a little dark. It has some little specks in there, of different little colors and stuff, but it's okay. Not quite my favorite, but it's okay. I'll still use it. It won't go to waste. Now this one, this is actually watercolor ink. Watercolor alcohol ink. Let me just say that. Watercolor alcohol ink. It looks like just like a big old ink stain. I did add some magicals to that too. So I mean, it's a possibility I could still use this piece. When layering it in the background, which I probably will, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. So there you go. I just wanted to show you those so we can maybe work on a few, and then we'll see how they turn out. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I pulled out a bunch of sprays, everything from the Rusty Hinge spray stain to my walnut ink. I like that one. That's my kind of my go-to. I have my Lindy's sprays here. This is Time Travel Teal. I have a few of them. I have I don't know, a good 10 of them, I think. This is the Lily Orange, and one of them is called Rambling Rose. So I pulled out just different colors because I'm not sure which ones I want to use. And of course, I have my oxides. I have the crackling campfire. But as I put them on here, I will just show you which ones I use. I just have a variety of ones around me because I don't know which ones I want to use. So what I'm going to do first, though, before I even go there, I'll talk about this in a second. I'm going to stamp. These are kind of some stamps I just kind of had laying around that I used in one of the last projects I was working on. And I'm going to use some archival ink. Okay, so I didn't have to really go digging out, stamps or whatever. So I really want just... I really want to just put, something on the page here. So just a little something down to make it interesting. Right? I don't even know if you can see. It's black, so I guess you can see it. I'm not really pressing hard. Yeah, I'm not pressing real hard here. So yeah, there you go. That's that. And then let's just do a little of this. So all we're doing is just really just decorating the jelly print, And then you can always do more of the stamping and stuff once you put it in your journal, because then you'll, you know, have your design in mind for when you put it in your journal. That's all. So sometimes I like to do it, before that, or sometimes I like to wait till I actually collage it in the journal and then stamp on it, because, it could be a different layout or whatever. All right. I'll turn that around. I think my ink is a little dry. She's a little dry. All right. Ugh, can't even see it. It's all right. It's kind of a ghost print. So there's that. So it's a bit of a ghost print. I think my ink is dried up. But anyway, now I'm using this as a stencil. Now this is going to be my stencil. I love this thing. This is an embroidery hoop. Not a hoop, but things people use for embroidery. Mesh shapes for embroidery. I think that's what they're called. So I got these at Joann's. They were like $1. I absolutely love this thing. I got different sizes. I got a size bigger than this. I got this size and then these little ones. So I think I'm going to do is try the little ones. I want to see what they look like. You can use these on a gel plate as well. Here, let's do this. Let's do it like that, I think. Yeah, turn them upside down. They're just little plastic shapes. They're really cool. I absolutely love them. So let's see if we can kind of get a little tic-tac-toe thing happening here. So that's enough, right? So what I would do is, this is what I would do. You put whether it's this or a stencil or whatever you want to, lay down, and you just take your spray and you spray through it. I think I might do a couple of sprays. This is the orange, the burnt orange. Let's see. Let's try that. Let's see how that looks. And you have to wash them off just like stencils. All right. Let's see. Let's pull them up. Let's see how it looks. Oh, we like. Very, very cool. Look at that. Oh, that one didn't come out too good, but neither this one. But it's there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It looks cool. All right. You can't see it that well, but it's there. I can see the outline of it. So I'll probably use another ink on here. Well, you know what? I should let this dry and wash these out and give this a minute to dry. So once it dries, maybe you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Yeah, let's see. Here, let's put that back over here. Let's try some oxides. See if the oxides work better. Oh, there we go. Oxides work better. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So this is drying, and I like the way that it looks. You can still see it. Little outlines there. So if I were just to tear this piece off and put it in a journal, it would look really great. So yay. So these two got a little muddled. But that's okay. Again, we're just tearing this up, y'all, because it's so thin. So I think that looks great though, right? That's all of our inks and our sprays. Fabulous. No acrylic paint on here, just acrylic inks, okay? So that looks good. I may add a few more things later, but for right now, that's what I'm gonna do. And with the archival ink, I had to pull out the other one because my big one was kind of dry. I got to see what's going on with it. Maybe I need a re-inker or something. So I'm just putting like little splatters. This is a splatter stamp, around it so it can look like it was splattered with black paint. All right, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to keep it simple because, again, once I put this in a journal, I can stamp it how I want. Oh, this is much better. Much better. Maybe I wasn't pressing hard enough, y'all. And I forgot to mention, I did spray some of the white spray stain on the middle. So this part is the white spray stain. I just let it dry for a few minutes and I love it. So yeah. Okay, there's that. All right, very simple. Simple and easy. Let's try this side. Let's see if this works. I don't know. Right? All right. Oh, that's a nice little shadow of a letter. Okay, let's turn it upside down here. Oh yeah, that's much better. I had to press hard. Duh. Duh. How long have I been doing this? You would think I would know that. Oh, I like that. That I like. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back in the other one and do that. Okay. Oh, I like this. Kind of random stamping here. That's all I'm doing. Just random. Very cool. Ink on ink. That's gonna look so good inside of a journal. Right? Oh, I love that. Love, love, love. Oh, yay. Okay. Now that one turned out great. Okay, so that's just my archival ink that I was using. All right. I think what I'm going to do is, like I did some of the other ones that I had, I think I'm just going to spray this with the time travel teal in the Lindy sprays. I'm just going to spray the side of it like I did some of my other. Oh, that looks good. Let's see. Hold on, let's move this. All right, let's try this. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at that. That looks fabulous. All right, let's do it like here. I think I probably got to hold it down too. Wow, that looks great, y'all. Really, really good. We might as well finish it off. Wow. Now that looks really good. So when it dries, it's going to be beautiful. That's what I was going for. Now, look at that. That's art, people. This is art. I love that. So when this dries, and say we decide to, tear it up, put it on a project, or take half of it, put it in a big journal, it's gonna look amazing, right? Amazing. You know what else would be good on top of this? Some gold. But I don't know if I'm gonna do in this video, but a little bit of gold mark making on here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, finally. Yes. I think I might just do some stamping, just some little light stamping on this one. Okay. Since this is the only stuff I have out, so I might as well just use it instead of digging out a bunch of other stuff. Right? I'm just going to do a few, just to give you some ideas of what you can do. You can do mark making on this. Anything else you want on here? Okay. So, yeah, very cool. All right. I'm just using this kind of like the way that I have it out. Okay, let's see what this teal looks like. I'll just do it on the corner. Wow, that looks great. So, oh, fabulous. That's fabulous, darling. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay. That's it. And then if we really wanted to get fancy here, we can just do the edge of it. All right. Oh, that looks cool. Wow. That looks really cool. Really, really cool. Okay. And then when it dries, I can put something else over this if I wanted to, like a little white or even a little black splatters or something like that, which I probably will do. So, yeah. All right. Now, that's what I want to do. All right. I'm using my darkroom stamp just to add a little extra something to it, you know. Just like cursive writing by darkroom. So, you know, it almost looks like Mars, right? Looks like, an interplanetary map. That's what I think Mars. A map of Mars. That's what I'm going to call it. So, yeah, it's really cool. All right. Okay, so this one is drying. The first one that we did. I like how it came out. It didn't come out as nice as the other two, but that's okay. I'm good with that. It still looks cool to me. So, that's how it looks. All right, with all the sprays and the embroidery little I don't know what they call these, y'all. Mesh embroidery pieces, kind of like a stencil. That's what I'm gonna call it. So yeah, I use that, so that's cool. I like that one. And then this one, I think this is one of the last ones we did, but the last one, but it's really cool. And I see it turned out better on here. Like really, like looks so good, right? I love that with all the stamping and everything. That looks great. It's starting to dry. And then this one looks amazing. So what I did was I just put some of the rusty hinge spray stain on this one just now as I was sitting here because I felt like it needed a little something extra. And I may add just a little bit of white too. Just a teeny bit of white just because I think it will look good. Yeah. So that looks cool. Spray it with water. Just soak it up in places when I want it so much. So yeah, I like that. Very nice. That's cool. So I'm gonna sit that aside and let it dry. This one. What I'm gonna do with this one is because this comes out so strong out of the bottle, and I don't want it to quite that strong on this piece. Oh yeah, here. Just like little, splatters, kinda. Just little splatters. In places, not everywhere. And I'm gonna spray it just a little bit of water. A teeny bit. Okay. So that's gonna be cool. Oh yeah. Okay. So you let that run and have something really fun going on. All right. So there's that. I'm gonna let these dry. And then yeah, let's let them dry and see how they look. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of gold mark making on this one since it's dry. I just want to add gold. I like gold. It's one of my, favorite colors. So I'm going to try it and see with my little tool here, but like an old paper towel roll. So let's see. I might have to add more paint. All right, so that's all we're doing here. Adding some gold to our pages. And of course, you can always add black as well. You can do mark making really in any color you want. So, all right, I think it looks cool. So when we tear this up and put it in our journal, it looks great. Oh, that's nice. I love it. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so pretty. Oh yeah, there we go. That's all I wanted to do. Wait, I might have to add one more down here. All right, there we go. That's beautiful. Now that's what you can do to your inky gel prints. That's what I'm gonna call them, inky gel prints. So, all right. Yay, I love that. So I'm gonna probably do a little bit of mark making on the other ones, but I'll do those off camera. I'll show those on my Instagram because they're still drying. So, I was gonna try to collage this in a journal. You can put something like this in one of your art journals or your art junk journals. Now, this happens to be an art junk journal. I have done a video decorating pages in this, and it's listed under the latest description in the playlist on my channel. All right, so you can check that out if you have not seen. This is like It's like a small, I call it like a small TN or a small passport size journal. My Dollar Tree journal. All this is made with Dollar Tree stuff. So this will be something cool to like tear up and put in here just on some random pages. See, I have gold in here. So that's kind of a running theme with some of the stuff that I do. But, I can add it in here anywhere if I wanted to, like here if I wanted to. Or I have a couple of other pages, like blank pages like that. Just cover this up, So you can add it to something like this, like a TN, or you can add it to your like art journal. This is my art journal, my Arteza art journal. So some of my messy art. Did put that's in a video from a live stream I did, also on my channel in the latest playlists, if you have not seen that. All right. This is what I show in the live stream, the messy art. Right? Messy mixed media art is all acrylics. But what I would probably do on here, I had a page picked, is tear this up, put it in here, and then do just a little bit of finger painting like this messy art, like that with these, and it'll look really, really cool, and you can decorate it like that. So yeah, I might even do that. I have to let it dry first because I just don't want to put it down, when it's not dry. All right, so I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to let this dry and let the other two dry, but they came out fabulous. All right, let's see. Oh, here. All right. This is still kind of drying, but look at it. That's what it looks like. Really, really cool. With the stamping and the spraying through the embroidery, mesh piece, like a stencil, all of that. So that looks great. I may do a tiny bit of mark making on here. And then this is the other one. Now that looks really, really cool. So I love this. I love all three of these. So I have a few more that I'm going to do some similar things to, but I just want to do a few on camera just to give you some ideas what it is you can use, to make some new fun backgrounds on your gel plate. Your ink, you can use your acrylic inks and your dye inks and, your alcohol inks all on your gel plate and make some cool backgrounds with some sprays and some stencils and stamps. All right. So yeah, you have to do it in stages. You got to let things dry. After the ink dries, you got to just trust me on that. So this is really cool. I love these, this background. It's not too bright. It's got some color, but it's not super bright. This is kind of mute. It's like, are they muted? I don't know. Maybe a little bit. This one, not very, because it has that teal in there, but I can still use it because, I love color. So that works for me. So just make these in whatever color you want, whatever color inks you have, and your stamps, whatever. You can add different color stamps. You can do different color mark making with different color paints. You can, jazz this up however it is you like. All right. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration of what you can do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll answer and get back to you. And give me a follow on my social media. I am at Stephanie Garrett Creative on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am at Stephanie Garrett Designs over on Facebook and Instagram for my jewelry. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.